During the 4th Great Ninja War, Naruto Shippuden's final arc, the mother of all chakra, Kaguya Otsutsuki, was introduced in one of the most unexpected plot twists in anime and manga history. Ever since her introduction, we've greatly expanded upon the Otsutsuki Clan, introducing members like Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Isshiki, and even expanding upon them with the concept of the karma, with characters like Boruto, Kawaki, and Code. Today I will be ranking all the members of this clan from weakest to strongest and using feats and statements from the anime and manga, so that means we won't be talking about the horrible film version of Momos Shiki, so sorry for all the Boruto Naruto the movie fans out there. In the honorable mention section, we're gonna get the irrelevant members out of the way, with Kana Otsutsuki and the Otsutsuki Clan Patriarch going in the fodder tiers. They have no feats and are pretty irrelevant, and most casual fans don't even know they exist, or if they did, they forgot about them. With additional help from Tier Maker, we have these tiers separated into 5s. As you all know already, we have the irrelevant tier, the low tiers, mid tiers, high tiers, and of course the top tiers. So without further ado, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like so that you never miss another Boruto or Naruto related video, and let's get started. In the anime, Indra was shown to be highly skilled in taijutsu, with none of his fellow ninja students being able to match him in the slightest. Like his father, he had especially powerful chakra and equally large reserves, able to unleash it for a multitude of uses, such as to enhance his strikes. He was also very precise with his chakra manipulation, never wasting more than the absolute minimum for his techniques, and additionally, he was able to sense black zetsu on multiple occasions. Ashura, combining his powers, wood release, and 6-pass senjutsu, was able to defeat Indra, so Ashura is his superior and the stronger of the two. Ashura gained a remarkably powerful life force and physical energy. From this, he had tremendous stamina and resilience, enough to single-handedly and with no rest dig a massive hole in search of water. In battle, he is highly proficient in taijutsu, and with power entrusted to him by his father, Ashura gained access to 6-pass senjutsu, allowing him to augment himself and his various techniques. In this state, he could fly and manifest a giant 3-faced 6-armed avatar, 6-pass Kinitsukami. He could also manifest 5 truth-seeking balls, 9 in the anime, which could be shaped into various tools and constructs, being able to battle back Indra Susanoo with it. He could also use them in unison with his Kunitsukami, which likewise grew proportionate to the structure, and he also defeated Indra fair and square in their one-on-one fight, so Ashura obviously is stronger than Indra. Toneri is a powerful lower member of the Otsutsuki Clan. He was able to match the power of a 19-year-old Naruto Uzumaki, who was superior in power to his 4th Great Ninja War counterpart, but weaker than his adult Hokage counterpart in his prime. Upon implanting Hanabi Hyuga's Byakugan into his eye sockets, Toneri's eyes matured into the Tenseigan. With these eyes, he can control attractive and repulsive forces that are capable of lifting the rocks of the moon to use them as projectiles and pull the moon itself towards the earth without the use of the Tenseigan energy vessel. He can also use the Tenseigan chakra mode, which grants him enhanced strength, speed, and durability that allows him to fight against Naruto Uzumaki's Sage mode enhanced Nine-Tails chakra mode. Yes, this is completely different from the 6-path Sage mode that Naruto used in the 4th Great Ninja War and as an adult. His power in this state is such that he's confident that he would survive a collision of the earth and the moon, which is just a crazy statement from him, by the way. He can also compress this state into his hand and create a tremendously powerful chakra blast that can deplete someone of their chakra, as well as destroy a massive portion of the moon's surface. He could also control a golem that was powerful enough to fight on par with Kurama. Upon activating his Tenseigan chakra mode, Toneri can manifest 9 truth-seeking balls, granting him all 5 chakra nature transformations, as well as yin-yang and yin-yang release. He can use the balls both offensively and defensively, and attacks by infusing them with his chakra, causing them to glow green. He can rapidly spin them to create a massive vortex and combine them into a giant golden sword of chakra, powerful enough to cut the entire moon in half, which is another busted insane feat, especially for the Naruto verse. Toneri can divide them into smaller orbs and launch them as rapid fire barrages. He also demonstrated the ability to transform one of the balls into an elaborate golden cage after infusing it with his chakra. Toneri's strong, but clearly in the anime we see that the next person above him is stronger than him, as he pretty much easily dealt with Toneri without breaking a sweat. Mind you, Toneri had already lost his Tenseigan by that point, so Toneri wasn't at the same level he was when he fought Naruto. It's kind of arguable between this spot and the next spot between Toneri and who's number 10, so yeah, they're interchangeable for me, and it might be interchangeable for you too, but Toneri's going to go in the number 11 spot for the 11th strongest member of the Otsutsuki clan. Ishiki's raw strength could shatter the ground and crush an iron tea kettle in his hand. He was also highly nimble, able to easily dodge the majority of Gaara and Chojiro's attacks. With his fishing rod, he could skillfully block an assault from Chojiro, a master swordsman, and a Kage, even mocking his skill. Likewise, he showed remarkable aim at launching his rod's hook, able to skillfully manipulate its attack path. He was also accomplished in unarmed combat, effortlessly overpowering Boruto's shadow clones with merely his legs. In battle, he had shown to be a highly adaptive fighter, as shortly after acquiring new techniques after stealing the chakra from others using his rod's hook, he could use them with virtually the same proficiency as the originator. Upon consuming his accumulated chakra and his dojutsu, Isshiki is capable of undergoing a transformation similar to that of fused Momoshiki's, causing his massive power to skyrocket. His speed became nearly unperceivable, able to strike with little time to react to encounter. He could block a Rasengan with his bare hand and effortlessly broke free from any restraints that were holding him back. Most attacks that did land would barely phase him, and he could even swallow and absorb chakra from enemy techniques. Isshiki could transform both of his eyes into Rinnegan at will, with different Kekemora level space-time ninjutsu depending on their color. When red, with 6 Tomoe, he could perform the Yamotsu Hirasaka to travel across other dimensions and even attack preemptively while keeping his opponents off guard. When his Rinnegan turned blue and they're Tomoless, he could warp into the past by several seconds. While normally defensive by repeating the effect, he could use the acquired knowledge of the near future to formulate a perfect counterattack, and he's the only person in the Naruto verse overall to possess blue Rinnegan, something which I find super dope, as I actually really like the blue Rinnegan, with Momoshiki of course possessing the yellow Rinnegan. Much like his twin brother Hagoromo, Hamra was born with remarkable reserves of equally powerful chakra. He quickly learned to properly use this power for various purposes to help protect the land. Over time, he mastered how to use its power for battle, which made him able to fight alongside his brother against their godlike mother Kaguya and eventually defeat her. Hamra's special chakra properties made him the only person who was able to naturally and independently manifest the Tenseigan, which I mentioned earlier when talking about Toneri. In the anime, Hamra was also a proficient hand-to-hand combatant. He was able to pressure his older brother Hagoromo in combat and showed considerable strength to the point where he can smash through a large wooden column. In preparation for their battle against their mother, Hamra and his brother developed great sealing powers, and he also developed the use of seals as a means for teleportation, finding a way to come and go between the earth and the moon, where he formed the moon's Otsutsuki Clan whenever he saw fit. Although powerful in his own right, he is slightly below his brother in terms of who is more powerful between the two. Hagoromo was blessed with remarkably powerful chakra and equally large reserves of chakra as well, just like his twin brother Hamra, evident from how far it naturally advanced on his own, containing the yin-yang release. The first human born with chakra, he also became the first man on Earth to understand the very nature of chakra itself. With no prior training, he had an innate and immensely precise control over its power, not needing hand seals for his various feats, and proved to be very versatile in its usage, such as transferring chakra to others. His reserves grew exponentially higher after becoming the first Jinchuriki in history, with the Ten Tails' great power contained within him. While peaceful, he demonstrated considerable hand-to-hand combat prowess, able to easily fend off his younger brother's brainwashed assault. He also possessed equally remarkable strength, able to effortlessly rip out full-grown trees from the ground. Although superior to his brother Hamra in overall power, he is still inferior to his mother, who is stated to outright be more powerful than him and his twin brother. Alongside his foster son Momoshiki, and exclusive to the anime, his other partner Isshiki, who I already discussed earlier, he was deemed to be a greater threat than Kaguya, but in actuality, the only one of those three who lived up to that statement was Momoshiki. Kinshiki possessed incredible strength and durability, as he could escape from being confined and immobilized by 2 Kage level opponents. Sasuke attributed that he was strengthening his muscles with some kind of technique. Despite being on the verge of death, he could cut down a god tree with a single slash of his halberd. Kinshiki was also proficient in close range combat and showed deceptive speed, being able to fight on par with a fully adult Sasuke in his prime. Kinshiki possessed the ability to absorb any kind of ninjutsu and transform the chakra into various red glowing ninja tools at will, which he was proficient with handling. He could also fly and sense chakra like many of the other Otsutsuki can do, being able to locate fragments of Kaguya across countries. And in the anime, Kinshiki was also capable of using space-time ninjutsu to transport himself to a destination. He was also able to cloak himself in purple electricity. Although extremely powerful, he's inferior to Momo, but superior to Ura. Dubbed the mother of all chakra on earth, after eating the god tree's fruit, Kaguya gained unparalleled chakra reserves and strength, noted by both Naruto and Sasuke to surpass Madara as the 10 tails Jinchuriki. As the first person to ever wield chakra on earth, Kaguya can absorb any jutsu she encounters. When making physical contact with an enemy, Kaguya can halt their movements while absorbing their chakra. Through her bond with the god tree, she becomes stronger by gaining chakra from the tethered victims of the infinite Tsukiyomi. Kaguya has shown a degree of unarmed combat skills, as seen by her being able to easily block several attacks from Naruto's omnidirectional shadow clone assault. She can also move very fast, as shown when she suddenly appeared before Sakura in the blink of an eye, and later when she reacted quickly to evade Sasuke's teleportation initiated Chidori, even though she first had to switch dimensions to do so. Being immortal, Kaguya can quickly regenerate any lost anatomy such as severed limbs, with Hagoromo lending Naruto and Sasuke the only means of defeating her, the 6-pass Chibaku Tensei through the Yin and Yang seals. She also retained the ability to mold chakra, even though she was hit with 9 different variations of Naruto's Rasen Shuriken, escaping with merely superficial damage. Mind you, she was fighting a much weaker Naruto and Sasuke than their counterparts in Boruto by the time they encountered her during the 4th Great Ninja War. So this fight would have gone extremely differently in the current time, given the fact that they were able to fight Momoshiki and hold their own barely against Isshiki as adults, 2 members of her clan who far outclass her, and the former being someone she tried to accumulate power against because she feared him. Kaguya also possesses several unique abilities. The 8 Gods vacuum attack allows Kaguya to materialize an enormous chakra fist to attack the target, which is powerful enough to overcome a Jinchuriki's chakra arms and destroy a complete body Susanoo with ease, which is just crazy. This technique can also be used defensively, and she can harden her long hair to fire countless needles with enough ferocity to pierce a Susanoo, which is stated in the series, in the manga and anime, to be an absolute defense. This is something that Isshiki Otsutsuki can do as well. Momoshiki hasn't been seen doing this on screen, but I'm pretty sure if he wanted to, he probably could. With Kaguya possessing the all-killing ash bones as well, she can harden her bones to launch weaponized projectiles from her back or hands. When hitting living targets, these bones will cause a victim's body to disintegrate into a pile of ash, killing them, as seen with Obito Uchiha. Once he got hit with these, Kaguya's strongest ability is the expansive truth-seeking orb formed by the accumulated chakra drawn from all the people connected to the god tree, and according to Black Zetsu, it houses every chakra nature with the power to reshape the world by reducing it to nothing first, essentially serving as the start of a brand new dimension. Kaguya also wields the Byakugan and the Rinne Sharingan. Using the Rinne Sharingan's power, Kaguya could cast the infinite Tsukiyomi on select individuals of her choosing. With her third eye, Kaguya is also able to instantaneously teleport herself and others around to different dimensions while simultaneously erasing the presence of their chakra, and similarly, Kaguya can open and travel through rifts in space as a means of instantaneous travel. Kaguya can manipulate the roots of the god tree to encase those caught within her infinite Tsukiyomi, converting most of the populace into white Zetsu by slowly draining them of their individuality, personalities, and defining features. Kaguya can also become stronger by rapidly absorbing the chakra of everyone connected to the god tree. Kaguya falls short of being in the higher tiers of the Otsutsuki clan and being higher than the higher tier members because she's not very smart and is easily manipulated by Black Zetsu, her creation of all things, which ultimately leads to her downfall again when fighting Naruto and Sasuke. I don't want to hear the Kaguya's top 3 arguments because she's not, as we just discussed. We're going to be talking about fused Momoshiki here. Momoshiki was a powerhouse, easily destroying all of the Kage in Boruto's era without breaking a sweat or really putting in any effort at all. Even with Naruto and Sasuke going all out against him, he was still able to hold his own against both of them pretty impressively. He is extremely proficient in taijutsu, only being rivaled by Isshiki, Kawaki, and Boruto, and he was fast and strong enough to be able to surprise and effortlessly kick Naruto through a wall and clear out of the Chunin exams area with a single kick. He was also skilled enough with his black staff to hold his own against both Darui and Sasuke, although he was still at a disadvantage. Momoshiki's physical prowess skyrocketed after he became fused, and he was able to effortlessly defeat the 5 Kage as mentioned before, Gaara, Darui, Chojuro, and Kurotsuchi, in a single blow each before the planet's god tree finished falling, and was able to quickly outmaneuver Naruto in hand-to-hand combat. In the anime, he displayed taijutsu like that of the Gentle Fist, but a much more brutal version of it, and his his skill with weapons also greatly increased as well. Both using his bare hands and weapons, he was able to contend against Naruto in his six-path sage mode as an adult during his Hokage years in his prime, and Sasuke using both his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Rinnegan as well in his prime too, as well as wielding his sword to their full effect. Even being trapped in a Chibaku Tensei didn't damage him, and he was able to bore his way through it. His chakra was extremely powerful and his reserves were considerable, as he was able to fight for a significant amount of time against multiple Kage level opponents. Fused Momoshiki's chakra became strong enough to create shockwaves capable of cutting a god tree in half, which is an insane feat. Momoshiki is no joke and is often downplayed because he got bodied by Boruto using a father-son massive Rasengan and got caught off guard by Boruto's vanishing Rasengan during their final fight against him. Dubbed by Momoshiki as the second coming of Isshiki, Kawaki has quickly rose through the ranks as one of the most powerful characters in the entire history of Naruto. Before the time skip, he was clearly stronger than Boruto, who was already a full Otsutsuki by that time, and was only rivaled and surpassed in power by Code, with his limiters removed, who isn't even a full Otsutsuki at all, but also possesses a karma. It was blatantly stated by Koji in 2 Blue Vortex chapter 13 that Code was tremendously stronger than Kawaki then, with his limiters removed, and would have easily beat and killed him. Kawaki now possesses a fully developed Kokugan with all the powers and abilities that it gave Isshiki. The Sakuna Akona, which is a confirmed Shinjutsu, allows him to instantly shrink himself in any non-living target he sees and restores it quickly to its original size, and the Daikoku Ten, which allows him to store any shrunken target of his in a pocket timeless dimension, which he could summon at full size at any given moment. He uses them to great effect as a teenager now in combat, the same way Isshiki did, as seen in his brief scuffle with Jura as Shinju. He also can produce and summon the black rods that Isshiki and Jigen used against a full-powered Naruto and Sasuke as adults, such as in his first brief scuffle with Boruto post-time skip. These can be summoned instantaneously at various sizes and in great quantity to impale foes with tremendous force, and these rods are known for being able to also be durable enough to withstand Naruto's Rasengans. These rods can also drain chakra from anyone who is pierced by them, and they can also grow as big as Sasuke's perfect Susanoo and Naruto's QB avatar state. On top of this, Kawaki has also shown the ability to manifest Isshiki's massive black cubes, which can disrupt sensory abilities, and he can fly just like the other Otsutsuki now, even though Boruto is far superior at this than he is. Unfortunately for Kawaki, his lack of training to fully hone his godlike powers and abilities place him far below Code and Boruto currently in 2 Blue Vortex, although we know that he will eventually somehow through unknown methods get to around Boruto's level of strength by the time their fated battle on the destroyed Hokage faces take place, which is about a year after the events of 2 Blue Vortex begins. So for now, Kawaki is above all the previous Otsutsuki given his physical strength and powers, has even a motto in the others stated pre-time skip that no one in the village stands a chance at fighting and surviving against him. After being killed by Kawaki and revived by Momoshiki, Boruto officially became a pure-blooded Otsutsuki, no longer a human with his DNA completely being replaced, making him a celestial being. Boruto's natural power had increased tenfold, and this couldn't be more evident than in his current form after the 3-year time skip between Boruto Part 1 and Boruto Part 2. Through Koji's Shinjutsu prescience, Boruto's training was able to be sped up significantly, learning techniques such as the Flying Raijin and Rasengan Uzehiko, and gaining the Otsutsuki's natural ability to fly. Currently, he is outright more powerful than Kawaki just in his base form alone, even messing around with him and teasing him, asking if Kawaki had trained at all during the time skip. Boruto has even been seen to effortlessly dodge the Kokugan's chakra rods, a feat Naruto and Sasuke at their strongest were unable to do. The only other character to react to these was Baryon mode Naruto. That's it. Boruto currently, if one wanted to truly state this, is possibly the strongest shinobi to have ever walked the earth in the Naruto verse, and he's not even at his strongest yet, so he has the potential to pass Isshiki easily, as he's already up there at that Baryon mode Isshiki tier of power, having not even unlocked the Jogan yet in the manga, which is potentially the strongest Kekkei Genkai aside from maybe the Senragon. Also, we have yet to see Boruto use his karma in a fight in 2 Blue Vortex, as Momoshiki is still an issue for him, but if he's this powerful in his base form, his true essence karma form is just straight overkill. In terms of the Otsutsuki members we've seen have on-screen feats when it comes to displaying their fighting prowess and abilities, none even come remotely close to the absolute devastating destructive power of Isshiki. The only other person who comes remotely close as of the recording of this video in chapter 13 of Two Blue Vortex is the current version of Boruto, who is only 15 years old and still has time to grow, not even unlocking his Kekkei Genkai, the Jogan, yet in the manga as mentioned before, which was referred to as the Star of Hope. Isshiki was clearly the strongest of his clan without a doubt, aside from Shibai, who is stated to be a god who has surpassed this plane of existence. He was able to best Six Path Sage Mode Naruto, a Naruto who was stated to be in his prime and far stronger than his younger counterpart from the end of Shippuden and Naruto the Last, with his vastly superior strength and speed, the latter of which Naruto couldn't even react to quickly enough, and he was casually toying with Naruto and Sasuke, with the latter Sharingan being unable to track him fast enough to react to his attacks. It took the death of Kurama to give Naruto access to the most powerful transformation he's ever achieved in the series, Baryon mode, a mode which was superior to Isshiki in every way and made him the strongest character in the series aside from Shibai, just to have a chance at fighting Isshiki fairly. Giving two of the strongest shinobi in the history of the verse, well, that's kind of arguable now because Boruto can be placed up there with his current state. A run for their money and nearly killing both of them in their prime is enough for him to get that number 2 spot in my opinion. Easily the most powerful character in the entire Naruto universe, Shibai stands in a plane of power that no one else in the series will probably ever reach. Shibai was stated to have resurrected himself over several thousand years through the karma and subsequently ate many chakra fruits and accumulated his power over time. He eventually reached a point where he attained absolute godhood, the likes of which the Naruto verse had never seen before his introduction in the Boruto manga. Shibai possesses 3 Kekkei Genkai, those being the Byakugan, Rinnegan, and the absolutely overpowered Senrigan. After attaining godhood, he develops powers and abilities known as Shinjutsu, all of which are extremely broken and busted. Abilities such as Omnipotence, the Claw Marks, and Prescience, as well as Reflect. His placement doesn't need any more justification, especially when characters like Ada, Damon, Code, and Kashin Koji all inherited one of these abilities by having his DNA implanted within them. Okay, so I hope this video didn't turn out to be super long, but this was extremely fun to make. Let me remind everyone that this is my own opinion, so if you disagree with the placements, let me know your personal rankings of this clan in the comments. If you do agree, that's dope. Glad we're of the same opinion on this topic. Of course, we'll revisit this topic once Boruto 2 Blue Vortex progresses further and we reach the story's end. Make sure to follow all my socials to keep up with me and what I'm doing in the description and pinned comments. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter, or X, whichever one you guys call it nowadays. And until next time, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next video.